right, y'all. So with Rockstar revealing their second trailer today, and they already surpassed what, like 34, 35 million views from 8 hours ago. This is insane. Like 35 million views. I think the first trailer went to like 100 million views in a day. So we'll see what happens in the next 24 hours or so, whatever. But today I'm gonna explain, we're gonna talk about the 10 things that a lot of us missed in this trailer, because again, it was a short trailer. It's less than 3 minutes. It was kind of following up a little bit of story and some characters and what what we're gonna get into. But a lot of us missed some super important key things. Some of it might be a reach, some of it might be speculation. We don't know. We're gonna talk about it. But we're gonna make this like a GTA day, man, on this second channel here. We're gonna talk about a lot of different stuff relating to GTA. Hopefully you guys enjoy, subscribe, and got some time to watch this video. So we got the trailer right here with us. One of the first things we're gonna talk about is in the very beginning. I got my notes right here, and I went over this trailer several times. There's probably a bunch of other stuff that I've missed. But if there's anything that you guys didn't know, please, in the things that I've mentioned here, comment below, man. That'll be kind of dope to see if you guys seen the things that I've seen or noticed, or things that I put you guys onto that y'all didn't know. And if there's things I've missed, put me on the comment section below. Let's get it on popping. So this is crazy. So right here, right, what that says? So if I'm not mistaken, this vehicle says Vapid. If I'm reading this correctly, it says Vapid right here. This also says Vapid, which is an indicator that, okay, the manufacturer Vapid will be in this game. That was also a car manufacturer in GTA 5. Now I'm just saying, I don't want to go off the spectrum here and be like, yo, what could it mean? Like, could we also see features of things from the California side of things, from GTA 5? We see things from Los Santos make its way over here, because we already know we got some stuff from Liberty City. If you guys don't know, I'll explain at the end of the video. But that was one major thing that we noticed here, was there's pickup trucks, which was the manufacturer from Vapid had a series of different trucks that they manufacture. So it's definitely making its way over here in Florida, Vice City, and Leonida.
I'm on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Oh, that's why you came by?
Now again, this dude's chiseled like shit. But you see, he comes over here, he makes that comment, right?
Came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian.
So and because Brian is like a drug runner kind of guy, he runs shit, and it feels like some Uncut Gems type of vibe. But since this dude like basically is sending Jason out on like runs to go get his money, it almost comes off like Mafia. Remember like the game Mafia, where the original Mafia games, you'll go into the store and you'll let them know, hey, we'll protect your store, you got to pay us every week. And then they'll tell you, no, I don't want to do that. And then you have to beat up like the person in there or shake them up a little bit to give in. Well, it may not have, we don't know what kind of like in depth it might have, but just know the way the encounter was, we're gonna break this encounter down,
Love you, Jason.
was very similar to that. So right here, dang, right there, he slaps this gentleman right here. And this right here, you can see it's crystals and stones. Look at this big oversized amethyst stone right here. He slaps him in the face. If this was a bank robbery, a store robbery, or a robbery in general, I don't think a slap in the face would have been the first thing. It would have been, let me pull out my gun, was good. So this must be transactional. This must have happened a series of times, and they probably know each other already. And this is somebody that probably owes Brian money. So he's definitely coming here to get money from Brian, because then he follows up. And you see this gentleman on the floor now, and he's basically popping open the cashier. So just know, and there's another gentleman right here stoned out his ass, or maybe knocked the fuck out, we don't know. But just know these are probably guys that are running some sort of drug thing on the side that owe Brian money, that work for Brian. And Brian sends you out on a series of like side quests to get his money that they owe. So just know Brian's gonna be a big key person in here who might end up getting killed later on in the game. Now this part right here is interesting, because I don't know if this was a cutscene or is this the animation sequence of like, for example, when you play San Andreas or something like that, you see all the game, right? But once you get into the animation to start lifting weights, you're like in a pause state. The only thing that moves is the character's body, whatever. I'm wondering if this is actually cutscene, or is it like HUD remove and this is actually gameplay of him lifting, and it's showing like the ladies walking past, because the women here and how they kind of look here compared to the cutscene of how the females look kind of different. Again, it might be a reach, but this is also an indicator that seeing this dude Jason working out, it's a huge possibility that body growth and hair growth and switches and changes to the body is something that can happen in this game. People been asking for it. People been waiting for it for years. San Andreas executed that perfectly. If you ate too much, you got big, you have to work out, you could get buff, you could get fat. So that might actually be a thing here. And the way these graphics look, it's gonna be fucking insane. So in this trailer, you're gonna see a couple of times this t-shirt. This is his Leonida Marine Center. We support all marine life. So he wears this type of shirt a couple of times in his trailer. Obviously, I think he's ex-military. I think he was a cop or something as well. I gotta go back and check, but just know his background and kind of who he got involved with is why he got into some trouble. But it gives good insight because it means that we're playing as a character who's crooked. It's like a love story, Bonnie and Clyde love story, where he kind of ruins his life for somebody like this girl Lucia. And I think the story's a little bit different. I think a lot of people probably expect Lucia to be the one who ruins her life for him, but it seems like a love story where he falls for the Latina chick, and so he tries to get her out of jail. He does so much for her, but it's like a good and bad relationship with her. Whereas her story, if you extended from the trailer and read on the website, there's so much about her that I'm like, holy shit, this could break out and be like an even bigger story. So again, he wears the whole military thing. Also a crazy indication that it's a more realistic approach too. He's dealing with so many weapons and so much shit. There's so much action in here that it kind of fits the persona of who he is as well, and why he's so damn chiseled and stuff like that. So I kind of like that aspect of it, and throws a curveball of a dynamic into the story mode. Some cool things to note. This is nuts. I feel like we're gonna encounter more homeless people in this game. There's gonna be some crazy shit. Dude, the idea of somebody killing a homeless dude in this game and like how realistic it's gonna look, and it might fuck some people up. It's gonna definitely rub people the wrong way. It's gonna be nuts, because that homeless dude looks dirty and he look homeless, and he wearing thong sandals. That shit is crazy. And right here is even also crazier. So you have homeless people just sitting here all drugged up. You got these guys. I wonder if they're from the original trailer. The way the jeans sit on the pant, like, again, we're still got the 10 things that we're talking about, but there's just some extra details that I like to point out. I think this is like little Haiti or something like that. I'm not too sure, but this is nuts, man. And the cops right here, look at him pushing him off animation, and some girls sitting there on the floor. Cops are dealing with people. We don't know what's happening. There's like a drug bust. Oh wait, let me go back a little bit. Maybe we've missed something real quick. Memoir Lanmao. Maybe somebody could break that down, but it might be something Haitian related, and that's huge. So now
Lucia Caminos, she's supposed to be getting out.
So he gets her out of jail.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I think you heard before.
You might have.
And she got the ankle bracelet on. That's just tough. The ankle monitor.
Hey.
Again, he's wearing his Marine Center shirt. He's indicator he still has some stuff that's related to his past. Of course.
Hey.
And that's the whole Rockstar shit. I just wanted to point this out. This was something else that we all missed. They're about to have sex while she has an ankle monitor on. That's real gangster with it. That's real ratchet type shit. But I'm just letting y'all know, this is some real love shit. She is obviously possibly the bad influence, but she also wants to change her life and get out of shit. But this is the thing. He's not all innocent either. I think he got himself involved with a lot of bullshit and then met Lucia, who also had her fair share of bullshit. And that's what creates the Bonnie and Clyde dynamic. But I just thought I should point out this. I don't know if y'all actually noticed this. Shorty had a fucking ankle monitor on. That shit was actually nuts. And one more thing I want to add to this. This is why I said things that we probably didn't notice and y'all didn't probably think too deep in about this. This can really break the net if possibly in the game. And again, this is what makes the single player experience so much fun to play when you're not playing a multiplayer game. I would be so impressed if you have this ankle monitor as Lucia and you go way too far off the radius and it starts alerting the cops in the game to where they end up fucking chasing you because you're leaving too far from, I guess, wherever they have that ankle monitor set. That would be absolutely crazy. That would be insane. I don't know. We'll see. There's some depth to this. I don't know. There's some depth to this. All right. Let me see.
Hands above your head now.
Let me see. Did I also? I think I mentioned the same things.
You stay. The new beginnings.
You make me
They drinking Modelo's, man. That's exactly how a Modelo look. That is nuts. Right here, another thing that y'all probably missed is that Brian is gonna be a big part of this game. He's gonna play a big role, and it's gonna suck if he gets killed in the game, because even though he's like that paranoid friend who drinks a lot and all this other craziness, he's gonna be one of the guys that honestly it's gonna hit home. What's so nuts too is that I'm surprised they added the 786. For those who don't know, 786 is a Florida area code. I didn't think they would put a legitimate number on here. So you know what? Maybe we should call it.
Cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number.
Okay, that number ain't mean shit, but that is a Florida area code. Okay, Brian's gonna be like this game, not only a close friend, he's gonna be very involved, but he's like your today's Lester, basically. He's like basically Lester. He's gonna be the connect for so many different things, because this plane right here could fly on ground, it could fly above ground, and on water it can land on. So there's gonna be so many different things that you might get yourself involved with in this story mode, of course relating to Brian. Let me see.
Trust me, this place is just the start.
You know, like community service, that shit is crazy, y'all. Community freaking service.
It's the start for us.
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
I don't know who this girl is. That cake is crazy, bro. That's nuts. I don't know who this female is that's following them, but that's nuts.
And what you got.
They went in, bro. They added the jiggle to this motherfucker. Yup.
Yo, D, this full effect?
Now this shit is nuts too, man. Just the depth and the body shape and everything. Like I want y'all to understand that GTA 5, they don't have the best like archetype look, you know what I'm saying, for the game, unless you're like modifying it. This is a crazy build. Like this looks phenomenal. Like this is actually in game. This looks phenomenal. This is CGI, but it looks phenomenal.
They got everything.
These some cops, of course.
We gotta protect each other.
These are some cops. That's one of the girls. That's one of the female rappers.
You and me.
Now this right here was huge. I don't know if you guys like understand this. Why I feel like it's super important. When you played, I think, the Ballad of Gay Tony in Liberty Cities, you was able to actually fight in like a cage match and like get some money. So I don't know. I'm just saying you was able to fight in a cage match. And you was able to like win some money, whatever the case. Now she's doing it in this game, right? And I feel like this might be a thing where she's trying to get some money, or she's trying to win fights to try to earn something. There's people in the background looking, somebody's taking a picture with their phone or whatever. But this either might contribute to a leveling system of like fighting or something like that, or stamina. But she is absolutely fighting for something. So possibly related to a story or a side thing, probably a story, because it is in here and as a cutscene.
We got this.
We got it.
Let me see. Okay, there we go. I've been waiting. I was looking at the timestamp for that. This right here looks nuts. So she shot like one of those, I forgot, it's from Call of Duty, man. It's like one of them shits that come with like 6 bombs and shit. I forgot which one it is, but this looks insane. If this is part of a cutscene or if this is actually gameplay, I'll be shocked if they tell us and surprise us later and say, y'all, this was actually in game. If they tell us that half the shit we saw was like in-game engine, I'll be like, what the fuck? Which, no, this is all in-game engine, but like shit like that where we don't know, I'll be impressed. Now this right here is interesting because probably some of y'all missed this. That's Lucia right there with the little cargo kind of vest. That's not Lucia. That's Lucia because you can actually tell from the hairline. You could tell right there from her hairline, that is Lucia. Who is this buff ass woman? This is Abby V2. We don't know, but this is about to be some shit right here. This is some shit. So this is buff ass woman that's about to fight. That's about to fight Lucia. Who knows? It could probably be a dude. All I know is that this is crazy. They're jumping out of one of these big ass planes, and if you look here in the very beginning, it seemed like one of these planes right here that just passed. It looked like one of them big ass Bowie planes that just passed. This is nuts. So I'm just saying, she's fighting a muscular woman too. Maybe she's an important piece of the story. Maybe you as a female can get buff as well. We don't know. Hey, listen, anything is possible. Right here look like some Fast and Furious shit. That's nuts. Yo, that is nuts. Oh, this was another one that I pointed out. So this is down south in this car culture. It look like they got a Porsche, they got Corvettes, they got Lamborghini Aventadors. They got everything, man. Even like the Chargers in the back. It look like an AMG right here. But low key, the swangers is what I noticed. So it's a down south thing. Normally I hear about it in Texas more. But it's cool to see this. They're probably in South Beach. They're taking photos and stuff. But right here, look like they got some swangers here for the culture. So the customization may be deep. May have some deep customization, which is pretty damn lit. I'm just saying. This is an actual real hotel, by the way. The one that just showed, that was an actual real hotel. I don't know if the name is similar, but yeah. Now this right here might actually be in game. Low key, this might be in game. They probably, and that look at that fake ass PS5 with the controller. That's kind of, well, look like a PS4, honestly, with the console, whatever, and the controller. Look, I wouldn't be surprised, man, if they took out the HUD or whatever the case, and they did that whole turning on the TV and made you sit down and watch. But the reason why I paused it here is because it's so crazy years later.
Come to Fields Ammunition today. We got more guns than a law.
Phil Cassidy, bro, from the original GTA 3. From the original GTA 3, Phil Cassidy. And look at them, they got the shorties with the BBLs in the background. This is actually nuts. Phil's Ammunition is actually from Liberty City. So it just gives more indication or more clarity like, yo, there's something about Liberty City that's going to also follow us into this journey. And it may not even be an expansion. It may be in the actual story itself. Phil Ammunition, he was featured in a couple of games, but I don't know if this is actually the original Phil Cassidy or maybe a son of his, but like, this is nuts. This may actually be him, actually. No, it might actually be him. To see him now, he's much older, of course. He was a former military thing, whatever. Former soldier, excuse me, and he's an arms dealer. This is actually incredible, bro. Because you know, in all GTA games, you get to like sit down and watch TV. You know what I'm saying? It will show you something interesting, Easter egg or whatever. And it looked like she came back for community service, but this is definitely PS4 controllers. This is hilarious.
Hey.
The Everglades, which I thought was dope. This is nuts. This is some Fast and Furious shit, man. Literally.
Hey, if you got friends, can you hook me up, please?
Look at him. Again, he's gonna be a big, important piece of this family in GTA 6. I'm not gonna hold you, man. I just got a feeling, man. I just got a feeling. One of the big things is that if you guys read on the GTA site, if you read on Rockstar's website, it said Lucia came from Liberty Cities. And she wants to like something about try to push on and live the dreams of what her mom wish she can have, a better life. We're gonna talk about that in another video because there's a couple of characters that I'm wondering if they're gonna try to connect the dots with. And I would love to talk about the characters that I think who they're referring to, who she may be, whose daughter is she? Like, I got some ideas. So that's for another video, probably later on today. If you guys hit the like button, subscribe. Another time today, man. Make sure you guys tune in. I love you guys. Let me know what you guys noticed, did not notice. Are you excited? Are you amped up? It's some good information for now, you know what I mean? But we got a date, May 26th, supposedly 2026 though. But it's your boy 3G. God bless. I'm out of here, man. Peace.